Hello viewers, I am LAKSHMI Padmanabhan. Welcome to Gandhi Hacks in South Africa. In one of the earlier episodes, I had made the mention of an Asiatic department which was established after the Boer War. The purpose of it was actually to accommodate many of the officials who had come from India and Sri Lanka during wartime. But the declared aim of it was to help the Asians in Pretoria, in the Transvaal. But in actual fact, this department was causing a lot of misery to the Asians. On his return to South Africa in 1902, Mohandas Gandhi had occasions to see the nuisance and harm that this department was turning out to be to the people, and how he changed all this, how he brought about a sea change in their attitude to matters is the theme of this episode. The Transvaal was in a very devastated condition after the war. All the shops and markets were closed, provisions were not available, none of the essentials for living was available, and it just could not provide enough materials for all those people who had fled during the wartime. It was not in a position to welcome back all the citizens who were there in the Transvaal earlier. And so they had introduced a system of giving permits to those who wanted to come to the Transvaal. It was easy for the white people to apply for permits and get them. But for the Asians, especially the Indians, it was an uphill task. It was the Asiatic department who were empowered to grant the permits. And instead of allowing permits to those who were legally entitled to them, these officials enjoyed harassing the Indians. They would grant permits to illegal applicants on the basis of bribes. On a bribe of 100 rupees, they would give the permits, and the legally entitled people suffered. Now it became unbearable for the Asians, for the Indians in particular, and they approached Barrister Gandhi for a remedy to the situation. The first thing needed in this case was to collect evidence, and with witnesses, the Commissioner of Police was approached. The Commissioner knew that they were right, that the offences were really genuine, but he knew, and Gandhi also knew, that none of the judges, none of the white judges would rule against the white offenders. So it was very difficult, and several officials were guilty of it. The police commissioner anyway was prepared to arrest them if proper evidence and proper witnesses were produced. Two officials were found to be totally corrupt, most irregular, and everyone knew about their offences. So arrest warrant was sent out against these two officials. One of them absconded, but he was traced and brought back, and they were tried in the court, and as it was predicted by the commissioner and as it was known to most people, they were let off. They were not punished. But the government of the Transvaal took action. They dismissed these two officials. When these offenders were let off without any punishment, Barrister Gandhi was terribly upset. He was terribly disappointed with his profession. More noticeable than the partial victory of this case of Mohandas Gandhi versus the corrupt officials of the Asiatic department was the twist in the story. A style of functioning of the Asiatic department and the officials were despicable. Mohandas Gandhi had no personal hatred towards them. They knew it. They knew that Gandhi did not hate them in a personal way. These two officials were jobless. The Johannesburg municipality had jobs for them, but they would appoint them only if they could produce an NOC from Mohandas Gandhi, from Barrister Gandhi. Now, Gandhi got to know about it through a friend, and he was only too ready to help these two officials. He gave an NOC without any fuss, and the officials got their jobs. Now, this was how Gandhi functioned. He did not hold any grudge, any hatred against offenders, though he was keen on making them aware of their offense and make them repent. This attitude and style of functioning endeared him to the Asiatic Department officials. Though he was critical of their functioning, they looked upon him as a friend. Good friendship developed between them. Instinctively, Mohandas Gandhi was practicing the principle, hate the sin and not the sinner. Hate the sin but love the sinner. An individual and his or her work are two different things. A good deed needs to be appreciated, needs to be celebrated. A bad deed needs to be condemned. But the doer of the good deed has to be congratulated, has to be appreciated. It deserves our admiration. But the doer of the bad deed needs our sympathy, our mercy, and our forgiveness. It is essential and laudable to fight an evil system and end it. But to attack the persons, the people behind it, and to inflict physical violence on them is not desirable. It is like attacking ourselves. They share the common humanity with us. They are also equally the creation of God, and so we should look upon the matter in this grander manner, in this nobler manner. It is his higher vision, the spiritual dimension, that distinguishes Gandhian politics. The Asiatic Department case showed that it could be successful, and its wider application was tried by Gandhi in the Satyagraha movement, which he was to lead later on. At a personal level, it helped him to win many friends among the Europeans. In the next episode, we shall meet some of these very close friends of Gandhi. Thank you.